Hey everyone, RemanX here with a big welcome to level 80. And now the real crunch is upon you. Now you're probably saying, well, Rem, I've opened up thousands of orbs I've hoarded. I've been saving up for G15 and I'm ready to go. Well, are you? Because one of the things we're going to find out is that you're going to face a bottleneck. Whether it's gold, trading mats, the G15 or 14 crunch, it's gonna happen. And so for all of you guys who are laughing at the Krakens, remember, we blaze the trails and you guys benefit from our fails. Yes, 100% we're gonna talk about that. So last year we're gonna talk about a little thing called Fix MSF, and I think it was polarizing to the community. There were people that thought, oh, what a waste of time. It's just whales being babies. And, you know, they just want their stuff now. And that's the problem. Well, realistically, when a whale hits a bottleneck and they can't buy their way through it, that should tell you that it's something that is going to be impactful. And the problem is we have competing priorities when it comes down to it. So let's take a little peek inside of a roster. So you're probably about to hit level 80 and you're probably excited about what you can do with your roster. By the way, I just recently hit 15 million and I would have hit a little bit faster if not for these bottlenecks. So you're probably either in DD3, finished DD3 with some extra resources because you've been either watching my videos or you're smarter than me, which are both possibly things. And we're going to get into that when it comes down to it. But here's the thing. Let's take a look at my roster where I've got some 75s, right? In order to take a character up to 75, just with these green mats, we'll hold this button down for a little while. The amount of gold and the amount of resources required to get the character there is going to be more than most people have. Now, see, Krakens, the real Krakens who've been farming nodes over and over, refreshing them because gear is not available to them, will see that this is not the same problem. They'll have several thousands of these resources. The thing is, you probably don't. Now, gold, when you think about it, you may be sitting on hordes and hordes of golds for Emma events and other milestones, but realistically, you're going to be picking and choosing these characters for level 80. So what about level 80 is so attractive? Well, the game is building you up for the next level of challenges. And what that next challenge is going to be is a new Greek slider. Your alliance is going to want to compete for the Greek raids for the raid season to get those extra level T4s. Now, there's quite a few T4s wrapped up in this. If you can do the .2s, congratulations. Not a lot of alliances can. And if you can do the .3s, you're in rarefied air, because that is absolutely what is the most challenge for even some of the krakeniest, I don't know the word for it, where the Krakens live, alliances. There's no word, we're making one up, so we'll have to determine which word will most likely apply to that. Leave that in the comments. Try to figure out what I was trying to say and help me figure out a term for next time. What they'll be able to do. So you're going to need a wide roster. I'm not joking. You probably have symbiotes built up well enough to get through there, but guess what? That's only enough for 6 people, typically, maybe 12 per raid to do a lane in. So what does the other, quarter, 3/4 of an alliance do, the other half of alliance do? Well, they're going to have to build up other teams. So if you guys notice, I've been saying that Kitty Pride might be part of the solution. You guys may have seen a previous video. Check out my video going over what I think the Axemen are going to look like based on Kitty Pride's kit. And realistically, you're already going to see a hint in Iceman's kit as to why they're going to become so essential. We'll get into that in a minute. Oh, look, I'm still trying to apply these 4,800 of these green mats. So again, you're going to be hitting one of these bottlenecks, whether it's gold, whether it's orange mats, whether it's training mats or like SBCs. You're going to hit one of those bottlenecks. You may hit them all. And I'm curious to see what you're going to hit, because I think right now is going to be the big wave hitting level 80. So this week, if you didn't spend a lot of cores refreshing energy or didn't buy energy refresh packs, you're going to see that this is where your time is going to be spent. Your energy is going to be spent. It's trying to figure out how to overcome these bottlenecks. And realistically, it may not be something you can overcome. So looking right now, obviously I've got quite a few more blue mats. Just with the green mats, I'm getting close to, what was it, 7,500? We're going to find out in a moment here. I wonder what it will wind up being. This is the magic number for 75 to 80 for you to figure out where you're going to be, not including the gold to level up the gear that you have. 6,800, 2.142 million. Welcome to level 80, guys. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like. You're gonna maybe you were smart and you sat on SBCs, or you're probably like me, and I have several more G15 to get done. I can probably pull the trigger on quite a few of them, but I'm in DD4 and I'm in no rush to get through Cosmic, because it's not going to be something where I'm even going to be ready without an extreme amount of SBCs to complete it. So we'll see what the gear flow looks like going forward. Maybe this new event coming up with our skill military, because Lord knows we're all happy we built that up. Let's talk about that. Are we excited about seeing a skill military and getting the G14 and G15 gear? So level 80 is going to be where you hit these bottlenecks, and you may have been laughing at the Krakens, but you're about to see it firsthand, because somebody asked me recently, when do I think G15 will be more available? Well, about a year from now. Why do I say that? Because it was a year ago that the gates of Dark Dimension 3 opened. The whale stormed the gates, and, well, the gear flow was almost exactly the same position we were in right now. It was almost exactly the same feeling, that same issue we had right now. And people were at level, were laughing. They were like, ha ha ha, stupid whales. They're just trying to rush through stuff. And then you hit the bottlenecks, and then the G14 happened, and you were fighting them in war, and it became a real frustration. This time it's not going to be war. This time a lot of the content will be gated behind RTA. Will be gated behind a wide roster being utilized in your new raids. So let's talk a little bit about raids, right? We're going to talk a little about these alpha raids, and we're going to talk about the information here. Let's see if I can just do this, pull this up the right way. I always make, okay, so difficulty here, right? Okay. Total resistance is insane. Total damage on this is insane. Remember I was telling you why we're being sold Axemen as a raid team? I have symbiotes, I don't need them. Well, you're wrong. Because we're going to talk about something. We're also going to hypothesize really quickly what we think there might be something in the kit for Bishop, the time traveler. All right. So Iceman, on his way to your roster. So just, if you guys haven't heard this from my streams, Yo-Yo doesn't reliably land offense down in the .3 version of the raid. She's been outclassed. And that is a big deal. That is something that is going to be a problem. And so we're going to look at something very, very specific here. So something he's going to be doing is assisting quite frequently. And I think we're probably going to see more of this, but gain 1,000% focus. There it is, folks. This team is going to be probably the driving force behind that. It is going to be the challenge going forward. They're going to be built to overcome some of that. Just from Iceman alone, maybe Bishop does allow him to get more of it off. Maybe Bishop applies slow on enemy spawn or enemy turn, because here it is, guys. On enemy slow, bury yourself for 5%. These are all happening on the turn. So, yes, you're going to be sold a brand new team to overcome that. Now, you will be able to do it as a team. You'll be able to do it as a one-time only. Krakens have been able to do that this actual week, but that is something that you're going to have to see going forward if you're going to be able to get this team up in time for when your alliance is going to do it, and if they don't start releasing more gear behind it. I would be surprised if they don't revisit gear being released behind it now that they sold us the teams to get there. So, all right, guys, there's your welcome to level 80. Tell me in the comments what you're most worried about for bottlenecks. If you actually are able to take up the characters that you care about and are able to get to where you want to go, well, you probably used Rondius's DD4 planner. I'm curious. Give me some feedback. Welcome to level 80 and have an awesome day. Remember, we do things so you don't have to. That's the Kraken pledge. See you soon.